Kuala Lumpur is Malaysia's largest and most densely populated city, with 100% urbanization, an estimated average 1.9% population growth, and an estimated population of 1.8 million people. One of the factors that could cause Kuala Lumpur to have such a dense population is that it is the capital city of Malaysia. And living in the capital city of a country comes with a lot of benefits. When people move into a new country, they tend to move into the capital city because there are many different public facilities such as hospitals, schools, public transport, and libraries that are at the citizens' disposal. Kuala Lumpur has been known to be one of the fastest growing cities in the world because it has a lot of public transportation. Kuala Lumpur has public transportation such as trains, buses, taxis, and they are all available at a low cost. Services in local hospitals at KL are also cheaper and the doctors are very well trained. The doctors in KL's hospital are trained in Western countries and they return to KL to aid the sick. The patients in Malaysia get top-notch treatment for a cheaper price. Other than getting cheap hospital treatment, the citizens of Kuala Lumpur can get petrol and food at a cheaper price. This is because the oil and food are locally produced. Another factor that causes Kuala Lumpur to have a highly dense population is that it has a lot of tourist attractions. Tourism is one of Kuala Lumpur's top businesses because of its beautiful scenery and landscape. Amongst all the tall standing skyscrapers in central KL, one stands out from the crowd, and it is the ever-famous Petronas Twin Tower. Other than the Twin Tower, there is the Bird Park for bird lovers, the KLCC Aquarium for aquatic animal lovers, Batu Caves, which is a must-see, and many more. These tourists coming to Kuala Lumpur can help with KL's economic growth, which in turn will help the citizens in the country to afford things such as better and more advanced technology for healthcare, which in the long run will cause KL to have a higher life expectancy and result in a higher population. The most important factor which causes Kuala Lumpur to have such a highly dense population is that it is very multicultural. When a person moves into a new country, they would most likely move to a multicultural place because chances are you will find people of the same culture as you. They can help to communicate and guide you around the unfamiliar city until you are ready to be alone. The population of KL is mainly made up by Malays, Chinese, and Indians. 45.9% of KL's population are Malays, 43.2% are Chinese, 10.3% are Indians, and 0.6% are people of other races. Since there are a lot of Malays, Chinese, and Indians that live in Kuala Lumpur, there are a lot of restaurants serving these cuisines. Over the years, these traditional cultural dishes may have changed or intertwined to create foods that can only be found in Kuala Lumpur. The main religion in KL are Muslims, followed by Buddhism, then Christianity, and Hinduism. Since most of the people in Kuala Lumpur follow the Islamic faith, there are a lot of mosques built for people to worship in. The last factor that causes Kuala Lumpur to have a dense population is that it offers job opportunities to people from countries like Indonesia, Philippines, Bangladesh, Cambodia, and many more. Kuala Lumpur has been reported to have the third strongest job growth in the past 5 years. The people from this country come to Kuala Lumpur to work as domestic workers, or help in the kitchen, or with construction. Even though these are not the most well-paying job, they can still get by with a living. London, Ontario is an urban city that is home to people of many different cultures. More than a third of Londoners have all a part of their original ethnic as English, followed by Canadian, then Scottish, and Irish. Those with German, French, and Dutch ancestries are also strongly represented. Due to this large variety of cultural groups, London has schools that are for people of different cultures. For example, there is an Islamic, Greek, Japanese, Hebrew, German, English, Polish, and Spanish school there. This shows how the wide variety of cultures living in London impacted it. The people in London also have different religions. Most of London's population is Protestant, with 41%, followed by Roman Catholic with 29%, Muslims with 34%, and the other 20% have no religious preferences. The different religion group also impacts the different kind of religious building built in London. Due to the different cultural background and religion in London, there are also a wide variety of programs and events that can be participated and celebrated by everyone in London. London is an aging population. From 2006 to 2011, the people aged 65 and above grew by 11%, and the people 80 years old and above grew by 12.5%. And the children aged 15 and below decreased by 2.4%. This will affect the population of London in the future because there will be too many elderly people living in the city, and some of the facilities may not be used by the elderly people and land will go to waste. In the future, there will also be an issue when there are not enough working people to pay for the people who are dependent. In 2011, 70% of London's population are in the working age. This is good because it means the majority of the people in London are able to support themselves so they do not need to rely on the government or someone else. London is the sixth largest city in Ontario and the 10th largest city in Canada. It is also one of Canada's largest urban centres. Even though it is the 10th largest city in Canada, it only has a population of 366,151 people. This shows that London actually does not have that many people, but since Canada in general does not have that many people, it is Canada's 10th largest city. Since London does not have such a huge population, it is easy to get around. A lot of people like to move to London because it offers a lot of job and educational opportunities. It also offers cultural, dining, and shopping experiences for families. The citizens living in London can benefit from the variety of facilities in their local area. For example, there are public libraries and transportation for the citizens to use. There are also many housing options that are available for the people who are planning to move there. London is also located close to the nation's largest city, Toronto, and to the United States. This will give London a huge benefit. Another factor that will attract people to move to London is that it has good criminal justice and legal services. They can ensure that the citizens of London will feel safe living there. Even though these two cities are from the opposite side of the globe, they have a lot of similarities. Kuala Lumpur and London are both big urban centers, and they provide many different kinds of benefit to the people living in that area. Some of the benefits include a variety of facilities such as public libraries, transportation, schools, and hospitals. And all these facilities can be found in just a stone throw away. These big cities are home to people of many different cultures. The people have impacted the city with their culture, and now these cities have adopted the culture and celebrates it. They have many programs and events that are cultural based. Other than offering different cultural celebrations, these cities also offer dining and shopping experiences that will leave you at awe. These cities are also located near bodies of water, which will come in handy to stabilize the climate throughout the entire year. So these cities generally have good weather all year. The bodies of water will also benefit the city when it comes to importing and exporting goods. This city also provides good job opportunities and healthcare to the people living there. They have top-notch doctors to treat those who are ill, and they have job opportunities in many different kinds of fields that provide a good pay. Kuala Lumpur and London also have their differences. Kuala Lumpur's average growth rate is 1.9%, while the average growth rate for London is 3.7%. Even though London has a higher growth rate, there are more people living in Kuala Lumpur compared to in London. There are approximately 1.8 million people living in KL, and there are approximately 366,151 people living in London. So KL has a denser population compared to London, Ontario. KL is the most populated city in its country, and London isn't the most populated city in its country. Another difference is that Kuala Lumpur has a lot of famous attractions, including the ever-famous Petronas Twin Tower, and London does not have any famous attractions. These two cities also have very different cultural and religious makeup in them. In KL, resources such as food and fuel are cheaper, whereas in London, food and fuel would be more expensive. Seeing a doctor in a local hospital in KL will also be cheaper than seeing a local doctor in London. Lastly, London is located near big areas like United States and Toronto, and KL isn't located near any big cities or countries. Kuala Lumpur has most of its population between the ages 0 to 4. This shows that KL has a high birth rate. There's a steady fall in each upward age group, and Kuala Lumpur also doesn't really have a particularly long or short life expectancy. This shows that Kuala Lumpur's healthcare isn't the best, but it also isn't the worst. London has a high life expectancy and a low death rate. This is because London has a good healthcare system which helped to lengthen the lives of the citizens there. There is a bulge between the ages 40 to 64 because these are the kids of the World War II soldiers and they are called the baby boomers. There is also another bulge between the ages 20 to 24, and these are the children of the baby boomers and they are called the baby bounce. Kuala Lumpur's population is gradually increasing each year. This shows that KL's population is growing and that more people are moving into the city. They will move to the city for various reasons, such as job and educational opportunities. London's population is increasing. This shows that more people want to move into London. They would want to move to London because it has various facilities and many different cultures. Another factor is that even though London is an urban center, there aren't a lot of people living there. So even though the people there live a city lifestyle, it's a little more relaxed than places with huge populations.